Hello, Midnight Coders. Step into the igloo. Coffee is on. Pour yourself a cup and have a seat. In tonight's episode, Hayden and I are chatting with a familiar guest, Prof. He is a C++ developer who is going to learn a little bit of Java with Spring Boot. Prof is our returning guest who took a journey last week with us as he taught Hayden and myself a little bit of C++. So in today, we're going to teach him Java. So, welcome back to the podcast. It is nice to have you on again. How have you been, Prof?
I'm excited. I've been epic. Great. I mean, as any developer, I've been vimming away.
Don't think I've ever heard anybody use the word epic in a long time.
Okay, it's okay.
What?
It's 2026. We're taking it back. Taking it back.
Taking it back to the 1900s, huh?
The 1900s. Stop calling that. You make me feel old. Stop doing that. Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Righty. So what exactly are we doing today?
So we are going to be teaching Prof a Spring Boot project, which he has a rough design in mind or idea in mind that he'd like to do, and we are going to sort of mentor him through this process. So if you want to give us a little idea about what it is that we're writing, Prof?
Sure. So the initial target product is very minimal because I'm such a benevolent product manager. It's just a simple REST API which can accept post requests where people can post a number. And the idea being that this is an app developed for my university, and the university publishes every year the yearly publishing statistics of all of its departments. And so far that's been handled by an Excel table, though my idea is that probably properly designed REST API can make that much more automated and much more painless, probably losing somebody their job. But hey, we're all eventually going to be replaced by machines anyway. So yeah, we are stealing someone's job today by writing a REST API which does the management of department publication statistics automatically, which again at a starting point is simply a post request which posts the number of publications of a particular department to our API, and then later we'll see if we can add any features to it as the stream goes. So
Right.
make sure to like and subscribe and watch till the end.
You heard it from him. All right. Let's start out on the new project. Let's click the new project button and go into the Spring Initializer. If you want to make this a little bit bigger for us. So on the left-hand side, you have generators. This will take you through the same idea as start.spring.io, where we can name the project, and then we can choose our dependency models, and then we can go through from here and choose our dependencies. So if you want to choose Groovy or Maven, choose whichever one you're more comfortable with, Gradle or Maven.
I'm uncomfortable with all of them, so...
Okay, I would highly recommend using the Kotlin DSL for Gradle. So just go ahead and choose the Kotlin DSL. Awesome.
There we go.
And then you'll want to rename your group.
Can I name it just...
This is generally this is going to be your package structure. So generally, what people do here is they use the domain of the company that they're working for, that they're doing for. Like myself, I use dev.glabe because I have glabe.dev as my domain. So it's your domain in reverse. So for example, this could be
have a domain.
That is okay. You can use just Mackie. That is totally fine.
Okay.
You could do Mackie.
Name,
yep. You could do Mackie dot and then maybe the module that it is, or like the name of the project, or like Mackie.publication.
Sure, that's what
Mackie.publication. Right. Awesome. And then just make sure that your Java version is set to 25. Perfect.
Now click on next.
Latest PDK.
Now click on next, and in here we're going to choose some some simplicities here. So go ahead and choose Lombok because that's going to make your life a little bit easier. And then we're going to go into Web, and we're going to choose Spring Web because that's all you need for this basic thing. And you can minimize this one. And next we're going to go into Template Engine, and we're going to take
Template Engine.
Yep, Template Engine. We're going to take Time Leaf. That's going to make life a lot easier. Yep, and then we're going to go into SQL for data persistence.
I like to call it Squeal.
A lot of people call it Squeal. That's perfectly fine. I used to call it that myself for quite a while. Now, where is
Spring Data JPA?
Yep. Okay.
Spring Data JPA.
And then yep, there we go. And now we're looking next for SQLite. So that is
not in here because it is a community-based project. We have to add it ourselves after, and I'll show you how to do that.
Oh, we could just use an H. We could just use an H2 to make it dead simple because it's down there in the bottom or near the bottom.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's use H2. So select H2 database, and for the last thing, go to security. We probably won't get to this point, but just so you have it set up, security is one above SQL.
Oh.
And then just choose Spring Security.
Perfect.
There we go. Now click on Create, and that should generate your project.
Right, now let me just double check whether I've clicked the correct thing here. So I've added Lombok.
Yep.
I've added Spring Web. I've added Security, Spring Security. I've added SQL Spring Data JPA and H2 database.
That's perfect.
You can verify that in the bottom right there as well as the list of added dependencies. So whenever you're ready, click on Create, and the IDE will generate the project for you.
Yeah, so as the legendary Mario said, here we go.
That was a pretty good accent too.
It was nice. All right. So now, before we go any further, just to make this easier on us and our viewers, can you go ahead and click on the Code with Me option on the top? Give us edit file access or full access. It's up to you. We really don't need it. But now start session, and can you send us the link in a private message?
Yes, I'm working on it. Is it copied? Let me see.
And then for our viewers, we're just going to give us a second here to get in, connect with him, and we're going to, I think I have to download this.
Wow, this is a pretty large document here.
Yeah, that's just a help file that you can honestly delete.
Let me read through it and be like, or rather, let me not have a destroyed attention span.
Do I really have to download that? I really did not want to download the toolbox.
That is a-okay. Can you send it to me as well, please?
Oh, he said he did in the group chat.
Yep. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
Official Gradle, the continuous Springbrook Gradle plugin reference guide. What is this? Ah, okay. Create OCI image. What is OCI image? I guess I'll find out very soon.
Idea. I actually don't know what OCI image is.
What happens if I click this? I probably shouldn't be clicking stuff, right?
No, you can. It's just documentation. It'll take you to the documentation pages for all of the libraries and dependencies we added into the project.
Oh, sick! Oh, I love documentation. You know that.
That'll take you through all the documents that.
So who joined, by the way?
I did. I believe Mike is on too. So I am Midnight.
I am not. I'm not in there yet. Apparently, I'm still waiting for this thing to download because I haven't
blame Microslop on that.
I haven't remoted into anybody in a long time since I've at least wiped this computer, so it hasn't been pre-installed. I should have pre-installed this before. I'm really sorry to our viewers.
It's fine. We can enjoy Windows as a very fast file system implementation. Oh wait, it's not very fast.
While we're waiting on him, I'm going to show you just around a little bit.
Okay, let me click on you and follow you.
Yep. So, Spring. Spring is really, it defies all of Java's paradigms. And this is a reason that people don't like Spring, is because it does a lot of these very magical things that make the code flow hard to follow. So, For example, so every function basically in our application will be called via reflection and not from ourselves. We actually, yeah. So it's a very magical thing. But most of the time it just works. That's what's good about it. It just works. Now, again, it's harder for somebody that has just learned Java to maybe follow along because it's doing these very abstract things under the hood. But we'll guide you through it. It'll make a lot of sense once you start to see what's going on.
Sounds good.
Now
So,
that was me
right
that just
here,
joined.
Awesome.
we don't need public anymore. Hell yeah, we can delete that. Okay. So
Technically,
here,
he's on Java. Technically, he's on Java.
Void main strings arg is dead.
Yeah, he no longer
Sorry?
needs. He technically no longer needs the public or the static either. Technically, because it's Java 25.
That is technically true. We can just remove all this shit. Well, actually, I think so. Let's check some
Interesting.
args.
Interesting. Spring still. Yeah, that's right too. Because I don't know if Spring Run
actually
goes.
remove-
I'm just looking to see that because I just came in to see that, and it looks like we might just be able to pass in an empty array because
Yeah,
all
looks
it's
like
looking
we
for.
passing nothing.
Well, that's oh yeah, look at that. That's because they're using a var arg. Okay.
Escape to cancel. Something froze on my end. Okay, there we go. All right,
Something's
so
frozen on my end too. Wow.
I just hit
think
escape.
IntelliJ crashed for me.
Full line code completion.
Yeah, IntelliJ crashed
Right.
for me. What's going on?
Did it?
Let me see.
Maybe we shouldn't all be in with him.
My CPU is at 100% for some reason.
That's because of the code with me session. So maybe we might just jump off of this and just guide him.
Sure.
This is very bizarre. Why is the IntelliJ cooking my CPU?
I think it's just again because of the code with me session. So let's jump out of the code with me session, give his CPU a rest, and
Yep.
Okay, so sorry to the viewers. Would VS Code live share work? Because I've tested that works.
well, we're good. We're just gonna just end the code with me session. If you click on the same button,
I'm gonna need to kill IntelliJ. It's unresponsive.
Oh yes, I see. No. His thing is literally.
Yeah, I need to kill it.
Yeah, we cooked his computer.
All
right, viewers.
We can kill his stuff.
All right, viewers. We just cooked Prof's computer. Give the video a like if you've ever cooked your own computer.
So yeah, I was here. I was noticing the fan spinning. I was like, wait, is this Java doing this? All right, so let's see. Let me try starting IntelliJ once again. Just a second. Although our friend Ethan recently had issues with IntelliJ crashing for him too, no?
Yes, we did have that issue, but we were working with a very legacy code base.
Okay. So, now that we got him up and going again, let's walk you through the project. So expand your source package in the package explorer. Go into main, Java, and then this is the main file that's generated. So we're going to do a little MVC design. So if you go and create a couple of new packages, we'll create a model, a controller. These are different packages.
I need a new package. How do I do that?
New package. Yep. And then just name it model. Yep. And then we're going to do another one, and we're going to call it controller. Another one that we'll call service.
Working on it. Is there a keybind to do this?
Unfortunately, no. I wish there was. And then we'll go in and make another one and call it repo. I think that's it for what we need.
Awesome.
For what we need. All right. So what were you going to say? Go ahead.
I was just going to explain what these are for really quickly. So we're going to separate different parts of the application in different packages. So the controller is responsible for rerouting the different endpoints and saying where it should go. The model is going to be where you store your DTOs and any sort of object that you want to represent maybe in the database, or that you are sending to and from the server to the client. Repo will be your database layer. That is where you are going to have the logic that interacts with your database. And then the service layer is where you're actually going to have all of your business logic.
May I ask why is the database layer called repo as in repository?
Yes, correct.
As in repository.
Uh-huh.
Now, these names are totally subjective. You can call them whatever you like. They do not have to follow this way. And in fact, Mike and I actually have
To be fair,
different...
I think that looking at his thing, he actually, like, his IntelliJ version, for whatever reason, identifies the controller package as part of the Spring MVC design, and the service folder seems to be recognized. So it makes me curious if the repo folder was renamed to repository, if it would pick up on that, and if that actually is a proper naming scheme or like an industry naming schema. No,
Nope.
okay, it didn't pick up on it. Okay. I was just curious. Anyway, as we were.
Okay. So this class right here, this is the main entry point of the
Understood.
application. Right? Now, what the Spring application.run does, this is going to bootstrap the Spring application. And then what it's going to do is Spring is going to go over the entire class path. And it's going to look at all of your classes that contain specific annotations. And then it's going to do something with those classes. So this is all we need to do for this class. This class we will never touch ever again. This is going to remain just like this.
So let me just recap that to make sure I understood. So the Spring application.run, it bootstraps the actual Spring application by searching the entire class path for classes which contain a specific annotation. So
and then depending on the annotation that it finds, it will do some sort of voodoo magic with different annotations.
Does that mean that the startup is rather slow, because I suspect it would be searching through a lot of classes?
Yes and no. It depends on whether or not you have ahead of time enabled or not.
I see. Okay.
But generally, it can be started in under 2 seconds.
Under 2 seconds.
I mean, like I'm talking if like I've had a project that is a rather large monolithic project that does a whole bunch of stuff and validations on boot, and it's relatively quick.
Because ASP.NET probably boots up in like 0.01 nanoseconds.
No. Well, okay. If I compile it to an executable, yes, it does. But
that
is the common problem of these semi-interpreted languages, and it's quote unquote a problem. Nobody ever sees the startup time, so it's fine. I'm just trying to understand like what the performance characteristics are that I will be seeing depending on how the application is built.
The startup time could be a couple seconds. However, with Java and it's
honestly,
very fucking
honestly, give it a run right now and just see what it is at bare minimum, and then we'll just mark down that time and we'll see what it does by the time we're finished.
The first time it boots up, you will be just starting up the Gradle daemon for the first time, and it will be very slow.
Well, he's already up and going right now. I don't know how long that took.
And now every subsequent time you run it, it will be faster.
Yeah, let's see. Well, let me just take an actual look for a second at what it produced. It says, okay, compile Java, Spring Boot, database driver. I have no idea what I'm reading here.
Don't even worry about
it. Okay, just hope that it's not a problem that I leaked this.
No, that's totally fine.
Okay. Perfect. Then. And stop.
I just choked on my coffee.
So I think we start first with the controller, Mike?
Well, technically, we could start with the controller, or we could start with modeling the data that we're looking to persist. So, for example, what is it that users are going to be asking for? What is it that we're going to be storing? That I generally like to kind of answer the what kind of questions when I'm designing this first. I generally have to at least know what it is that I'm persisting before I go and do anything with the controller, repo, or service. So personally, I start in the model layer, and I would try to model out the data that it is that I'm looking to persist. So
Okay.
in your case, what is it? What is that you're looking to persist?
So I would make a model class here, right?
Yeah, you would create a class, and you would just name it whatever it is that you're looking to persist.
So it would be some kind of like publication submission, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Yep. Go ahead and do that. Now we need to annotate. Excuse me. We need to annotate this class with a couple of things that will allow Spring to recognize what it is. So one of the first ones is entity. So at entity, and it comes from the Jakarta persist. Yep. Just hit enter.
Hit enter on there.
Perfect.
No, it didn't auto import it. Can you hover over that?
Oh yeah, why didn't?
And then hit import.
There we go. Okay, so now the other thing you want to bring in here is another annotation called at table. From Jakarta. So now go on to line 8, and we're going to create an at ID.
Oh, what did I do? Oops.
So we're going to make a private string ID.
Strings in Java are uppercase.
Oops.
And we do not use underscores in Java for naming conventions.
Oh, I thought. Okay, well that's something from C#. I thought that private fields are.
Okay, so
supposed to be.
Right.
By
the next
the
you're
way,
gonna
which class do I import here?
your
Jakarta persistence.
Import class. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Of Jakarta persistence.
And now beneath that ID, you're going to add another annotation so that we beneath the ID, you're going to add another.
Sorry.
You're going to add another annotation here so that we can generate the. I think it's at generation type or at generated value. Okay, and now we have to provide some information into the parentheses at the end of this. So here we want the generation type to be of UUID. So generation type dot UUID. Yep. And why is that giving us?
Yes.
Add strategy. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Wow.
So now in here, from here going down, you would just start adding in the private fields that you need to add as far as what publication submissions are. So whether it be
Okay, let me see. It's private. I should make it small. Private. Let's say. So Java does not have unsigned integers, right?
It does not. No.
Java,
so it would just be an int. Yeah.
Right.
Or you could use a long for a 64-bit integer. It's still signed, although if you want, you can do unsigned arithmetic on it. However, it is internally still always signed. Or you could use a big integer.
That's okay. I am not expecting very large numbers here, so I'm gonna leave it to be just an integer.
As long as your number is less than 2.1 billion, you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So let's say books and let's say articles. This is a starting point. So let me ask you, could I in the future easily add things here?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yes, and you can expand on your DLL.
Now, I do want to just pause for a second and kind of explain exactly what all this stuff is doing. So the entity annotation is saying that this is going to be something that you're able to persist this to a database.
Now, to be fair, you can pass in a variable with that entity to provide the name of what it's going to be called inside of the database if you want to have more granular control. Same thing with table.
Okay, but I'm pretty happy with just this name, and I'd like it to match.
Yep, that stuff doesn't matter. Really.
Yeah, by default, it will actually take the name of the class, and it will separate it by camel case, uppercase the entire thing, and add an underscore in between the words.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Okay. Then the table annotation is saying that this is going to be a table in the SQL database.
Okay.
Now, string ID. Have you ever worked with raw SQL before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. So you know how every row needs to have some sort of ID to be able to query that row in the database, right? This is
Would that refer to the primary key?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So string right here, ID is going to be the primary key. And so that is why we have annotated it with ID. Now, generated value, what it will do is it will populate that string with a UUID by default. So the primary key will be a random UUID. And you don't have to worry about that. Spring will initialize that for you every time you create an instance of this object.
Can you tell me a little bit about the UUID? Since as a C++ developer, we don't have, let's say, built-in support for UUID. So I wonder, like,
Yeah, so
what are the features of a UUID?
UUID, it's present in a bunch of different languages, but it's a cryptographically strong array of characters, and there is a single format. You've seen them before if you've played Minecraft, for example. The entity IDs, I believe, are all UUIDs. So I can give you an example. Let me find a UUID right now. UUID generator. And you've come across these before. I know you've seen these before. Hold on. So this would be a UUID.
Yeah, right there. What he has right there. That's
Exactly.
literally a UUID.
Yeah. So it's
I
just a
see.
cryptographically strong random set of characters. They're depending on the version, the few first bytes have some sort of metadata, like the time that it was generated at, etc. But that doesn't really matter.
So
Now,
that's basically a completely certifiably unique string.
exactly,
Mhm.
that's exactly what it is. Now, you could also, for the generation type, do something like incremental if you wanted the primary key to be a number, and then you would have your primary key would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
So what would be the advantages / disadvantages of that?
I don't think there. I think the only. Okay, I think it would be faster to query things if you did them incrementally. However, it's less secure. So if you had like if some sort of attacker got a hold of some of the internals, like they got a hold of what
I
key
see.
something is, they can now like index by key, right? Whereas with a UUID, they like one UUID doesn't necessarily influence the next one, so it's not progressive. It's not contingent, and they won't be able to iterate over things in your database if ever there was some sort of vulnerability.
Okay, so the fact that the UUID is unrelated to the others is very important. Okay, I understand now.
Yep.
Sure.
That's really
100% unique.
I see.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
So,
great. So do I need
now-
a constructor for this thing?
No, you do not.
No. So
no.
this is another thing about Spring. This is actually I would like Mike to talk about this because it does some fucking magical shit.
oh.
It just basically does dependency injection. It's nothing really quote magical, but when you create the object, it uses the noargs constructor, but it essentially assigns the ID based off the generation and because when Spring uses a lot of reflection, so when the class gets called or created through the magic of reflection, it checks to see if the annotation, whatever the schema is or the strategy for generation type or for the generation value, it uses those conditions or constrictions to generate the object right after the object gets created. It will assign that sort of under the hood because again, Spring uses a lot of reflection. So like when you build your class, you will, and if you use something like ahead of time caching, you can actually get a really good visual of this. When you build your files, there is a ton of extra files that are created. Like you will get a a parent of this class that is full of other data that you don't necessarily fill out yourself during the compilation. So, or during runtime, sorry, which is really impressive how it does it all under the hood and so seamlessly with reflection.
I see.
It does magic voodoo. I hate it. I hate it, but I love
So,
it. Okay, it's.
I'm
Stupid.
gonna teach you something. I'm gonna teach you a trick here to see if this works without. Can you click on that database table on line 8? It looks like a little database button on the left-hand side.
Uh-huh.
See if you see how you have generate JDL or sorry generate DDL type. That'll actually generate you some SQL that will create this table and whatnot for you, so that you can execute that and build your tables out.
Now, we haven't even set up the database yet. Maybe we should do that first, actually.
Yeah, that's technically something we haven't set up, which gets done inside of the application.properties.
Application.properties. Where can I find that?
That
file?
would
Maybe
that will be on the left-hand side and under your package structure, under the resources folder. Left-hand side, left-hand side. Or you can do it that way. Okay. That works too. Now there's a few basic things here, and you can honestly Google this because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But we have an H2 database with. Let me just bring up a Google here because I can't remember how to do this. Yeah. So
my project as well.
So bring up yours and just say Spring Boot H2 database application settings or application properties. Yeah, that's fine. And this should, there we go, Spring Boot right there, bleeding gun or Belden gun. There you go, right there. That's all you need. Yep, that's what you need there. Just copy that and put it here. Now the only thing I would change in this, so bring up your IDE in full screen again. The only thing I would change here is instead of in mem, I would change that to file.
Here, file?
Yep, and then instead of SDB, I would put dot data slash maybe database, and then it'll take care of the. Nope, you don't need the DB. It'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
And then you can change, of course, your username and password, or you can keep it.
Do I need these?
Yes, that is the username and password to get into the database. So, like when we go to make a connection, that's going to be the username and password you put in.
We can leave them default. I wouldn't recommend creating anything new right now.
No.
Okay.
We can walk you through a later point how you can set that up as environment variables to be more secure. But for now, SA and password are just perfectly fine. That's just the defaults.
I'm not worried about that threat vector because we're not going to be. I don't plan on exposing the database to the internet, so the only thing talking to it will be this application, and it will be running on a server with no live users, so it's fine.
So you're all fine for there. So that should be. There is another. What is the other one? There's another setting to auto because. Yeah, no, that should be fine for now.
I think that should be it. If you go to the very rightmost pane of your IntelliJ, you'll see a horizontal pane. It's tiny. Click on the database. There's not gonna be a database there until he at least runs the project, so that Spring Boot will sort of initialize it, create the data file, and then we can connect to it. Okay. But also with a file database, we're not able to connect to it while the app is running because you can only have one connection to the file at a time because they lock the file, so to speak, per connection. I see. So yeah, try running the application again. And we'll see if it generates that data source.
JDBC non-SQL. Okay, so on the left-hand side, path is. Whoa. Okay. Oh, we don't have a name, no. He's missing a slash. He's missing a slash. Go back into the application.properties.
Sure.
Okay, and where we have dot data, add a slash, dot slash data. No, dot slash.
Dot slash.
Yeah. Now rerun the project.
Oh, okay. I wanted to. Sure. Let's stop it
And
and rerun the.
He
You
also
could- oh,
doesn't
you-
have the data folder made. He might need to generate.
No, he
that
doesn't.
too, I'm not sure.
No. Now,
Oh, yeah?
okay. So now go ahead and stop the project.
Let me just see
Yep.
what it spit out. Nothing special.
No, nothing special yet.
Okay,
So
stop.
stop the project. Now, on the left-hand side, notice that your data folder was created, and there's your database file.
Nice.
So now if you go to the right-hand side, we can connect to this database. So inside the database, there's a big plus on the top left corner. If you click on that, and then go to data source, and then we're looking for H2.
H2.
There we go. So now you need it's local host. We're going to go down to the bottom where it says TPC under the URL. That's that we need to change from TCP to file. Like change that whole thing to what we did in the thing. So file and then colon and then dot/data/warehouse or database. What do we call it? Database. Yeah, there we go. Now
We also
provide
need to specify the user and password.
Yeah, that was my next thing. Specify the username of SA, password of password. And then on the bottom, it says download the missing driver. So just click on that. There we go. Apply. Test connection. Make sure that we can connect to it. Perfect. Hit OK. And your database is on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. So now you can expand it. There's nothing in there right now. This is where the DLL comes. This is where the DLL comes in that I mentioned earlier. So go back into your entity file, your submission. Click on that little file, little database icon again, and generate DLL. Now copy that information. Just Control A or Control.
Clipboard.
Yeah, just copy the whole thing.
Clipboard.
Okay, now right-click on database, or sorry, right there on DLL where you see. I didn't notice that at first. Click on that, and it'll open up a window for you.
I'm clicking on it. It's not opening anything.
Okay, screw you. Okay, right-click on the database, and we're going to open up a. Where is the console? Query console.
Query console. Yep.
Nope, no, up top, up. New database item. You just had it. Query console.
Oh, query console.
Now paste that thing into here, and hit the play button on the top right, or top left. Sorry. All right, now you'll notice your database has one. So if you open it and go into public, there's your database object. Go into table, and there's your thing. Now if you double click on publication submission, it opens up and it queries. It'll give you a query of what's in the database. So once we populate some information, this will actually fill out.
Oh, that's sick. That's amazing.
This is IntelliJ's database tool that they recently made into the free version. So those of the viewers that do not have a paid or student education license for their IntelliJ, this is something that is now free with IntelliJ as of 2025.3. So make sure if you don't have that version, you get it because this database tool is amazing. All right. Back to the video.
Yeah.
That was totally not a sponsored ad.
Nah. JetBrains, you should sponsor us. Thank you.
Nah, JetBrains sponsors our fellow Discord channel that we love so much, or a Discord server, Together Java. If you're not in it, join it now. There, totally another free ad for them. All right. So now that we have the database view and whatnot, we can go and create the repository layer and the DTO that we need.
Well, I would almost like to just have something to show him that we can do, like maybe a controller with the hello world.
Sure.
Well,
Sure.
We'll create a new class, and you could call this hello world controller. Yeah, you're already on it. Okay. And you'll annotate this class with the controller annotation. Awesome. Yep. Import it.
Oh, I need to import it. Forgot about it. This is feeling like Rust. Yesterday I had a friend of mine teach me Rust, and every single class in Rust had like at least 20 annotations. I love it.
Now, we can create a new method with a return type of string. Let's keep it
Does it need to be public?
Yes.
I don't.
Yes, it does.
Does it need to be public?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah. So call it like index, and then return just hello world. Okay, now for this function here, we need to add another annotation on top of that. What is it? What is the what is it? Route? What is the name of the annotation, Mike?
Get mapping.
Oh, map. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Now
And
provide.
now we need to pass it. Yep.
Yep, that's it.
Slash. That's perfect. Now, if we run our application again, and you go to localhost on port 8080, just the
Honestly, if
regular,
he
No, I
the
killed
Nope.
it.
default
Oops.
path.
Nope. You have to. Nope. You got to go back into your database view and disconnect from the database. You have to disconnect. That's the.
Deactivate.
Yep. There you go. Now you can run your project.
That sucks. That really sucks
That's-
with H2.
Well, that's the H2 file thing, because again, you can
Right,
only because
right.
you provide a lock to the file so that you're in it. All right. So now open up your browser.
Firefox.
Okay. Now localhost
Local
8080
80.
slash.
Slash.
Oh, I need to log in.
And this is why I did not want you to bring in Spring Security yet.
I see.
Oh.
It had a password generated for him. I see. Okay, we could actually just delete that from our build.gradle.
Yeah, go into your build file. Like, go into your build.gradle.
.kts.
Yep, and now we're going to go take away. Nope, scroll down. We're going into dependencies, and we're going to take away Spring Security.
And
So get rid of line
There's a
30.
lot of.
Just get rid of line 30.
Can I comment it? Oh,
Yep,
yeah, I
yep,
can.
that's
And then
perfect.
also same with line 33. And yeah,
And here?
might as well. Why not? All right, now rebuild your project. On the right-hand side, click that elephant that has the little blue circles in it. No.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. This is going to clean up your dependencies. And now you can rerun your project.
need to run it from here. Can I
Yes, sir.
make a configuration which runs
you
it
can,
from here?
Yes. So you can
Spring Boot. No. Spring Boot application. So create. Well, right now you can run current file because it will run the current file. Hey.
Okay, I
Just-
see. But let's see if I have.
You're looking
a
for Spring Boot. It's alphabetical.
Oh, okay. PQR.
There isn't one.
No, you don't.
It
You don't
should
have.
be- no, it
It's okay.
it
It's
runs
okay.
with
Just
Gradle.
it's okay. Just click on the play button because it's going to run the current file.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it
Click
should.
on the play button.
And honestly, now that
execute.
you're here where you're at, you can just on that left-hand side, you can just press the 8080 and then slash white labor error. Okay, so I don't know what went wrong there. Probably because we didn't put a request mapping on the home page. I don't know. Scroll. Whoa. Stop. Okay, scroll up. Error resolving. Because it's a controller and it wants a template. That's why. Because okay. There's no template called Hello World. Template engineering.
It's the annotation we used. Yeah, okay. So we could actually just replace that with what's the annotation? We don't want it to.
It'd be REST controller. It'd be a REST controller to return just a resource. Because if you're returning a controller, you're trying to tell it to return like a templated engine. Whereas if it's a REST controller, you're returning more of a resource. So rerun your project. So on the left, you can just click that little play button on the left-hand side. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you're looking in the console, there's a relaunch button on the left-hand side.
Right. I missed it. Sorry,
That's okay.
I'm so used to Vimming.
So this should be able to turn you
Oh,
Hello
there
World.
we go.
There you go. And that is the difference
Really?
between the controller annotation and the REST controller annotation. The controller looks for templates, so that's how you tell it you want to return an HTML file with this specific name, whereas a REST controller returns you a resource. In this case,
you want
a string.
REST API?
Yes, in our case we do, because we want this to be an API, not a website. So REST controller is when you're looking to make an API, because you're looking to return things which are generally JSON objects, whereas a controller is more for an actual website where you're routing to HTML pages.
Nice.
So, now one really cool thing about Spring, let's say you want parameters from posts, or let's say get parameters, right? So
Mhm.
inside of your string index function, as a
Mhm.
parameter, pass in string name. Now also annotate that, yes. Now annotate that string name with, what is it, parameter, or
Request
is it
param.
param?
Request param.
Request param.
Now, up in the
And
top, in the get mapping, you need to add that. So at the end of the slash, no, right there. No. Yep. Now put curly brackets and Nate. There you go.
Cooking.
Or
Nice.
actually, request param. No, request param is wrong. That is supposed that's if you're passing in like a question mark and thing. This one is supposed to be
yes,
path
that's what I was going.
path
Yes,
param.
that's what I was going to do. I was going to do it on
Path param.
on the.
No. It's path param, dude.
Oh,
P-A-
oh, sorry, I
P-A-T.
didn't hear you.
So we
Yeah.
were confusing them because we're trying to do two totally different things. I was going to do get variables, which would have still been on the main page.
Get variables. What do you mean?
Oh, do I need a name here?
Not if the variable is named the exact same. You do not, but it is good practice to do it. But you don't necessarily need it. You do have to. You do. Yeah, that's because it. What path? You have the wrong thing. You have Jakarta WebSocket server path param. You have the wrong path param.
Oh no.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's not. So just delete that and start typing out path. Path variable. There we go. That's what it is.
Oh, it's a variable. Sorry.
There we go. Sorry about that. There. So
Yeah.
now if you go back to your browser and put in tack on an you got to rerun the project.
Need the console. Right. Where's my console? I think it's in terminal. No.
No, it's the one with the green dot on it. It's the one with the green dot.
Oh, green dot. Rerun.
There you go.
And
put it
then
now.
I want
/ some name.
Oh, nice! I forgot the space here. What classic beginner Java error. There we go. Nice.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Now you see how it just works. It just works. Okay. So
Wonderful.
yeah,
That's amazing.
So when we initialized in our main class in what do we call it? Publications application.
Yep.
When I said that the Spring application will look through the class path and all the annotations, what it did is it found the Hello World controller, right? It noticed that it is of type controller.
REST controller.
Sorry. And now it will create, Spring will create an instance of this class by itself, and then it will also, if we add fields to this class, it will also inject fields automatically as well. So we don't need to worry about object construction at all. Spring will handle all of our object construction with its DI framework.
Can you, this is a question I had for a long time, and I don't know if this is a tangent, please tell me if it's a tangent, but I, as a C++ developer, have a serious problem understanding the hell is DI, dependency injection.
So, okay, I'll show you. I'm going to share my screen really quick. I think I can do that, right? I can share my screen at the same time.
Okay, let's see if I can see it. I'd love to learn what exactly is DI.
DI, you do DI every day. Even in vanilla Java, you always do DI. So DI, dependency injection, is it's supplying some class with a dependency. So let's say, for example, let me create a new package here. Test. Now let's say I have a person and a person handler. Now, my person handler, if it requires a person, actually, let's just say handle. Let's say, then each person has its own person handler. So here, as a variable, we'll have like private final person,
Mhm.
and then here we can handle the person. So we could do like a person or system to out hello world. Okay. Now we need a constructor because this is final. We need to initialize it. So here now this right here is dependency injection. So this person handler class requires a person, right?
Mhm.
And so we are passing in a person as a dependency to this object. This is in essence dependency injection. We're just supplying data to this object.
So
Now,
passing data to a class constructor is called considered dependency injection.
that is dependency injection because in its
I see.
essence, dependency injection is injecting a dependency, something that this class is dependent on, and we're supplying it to them.
I see.
So
Okay.
now the way that Spring does dependency injection is quite magical, right? So if this isn't going to compile here, but let's say I just did this, right? This is all the information that Spring requires. Then when I tell Spring to give me an instance of the person handler class, it will create a person handler on the fly, and it will also inject whatever it thinks is best inside of this person variable. We don't have to control it. We do not have to specify that inside of our constructor. Spring will do that automatically for us. So this will be initialized lazily later on by Spring.
Wow, that really is a lot of magic. But okay, now I understand.
It is a lot of magic, and that's for another talk.
Maybe by the end of the stream we can get into ranting, my favorite thing.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's-
After hours, I can definitely rant some about this project.
Now let's see if we
the
can
viewers keep watching for some spicy rants.
Yep.
Now let's see if we can go back on topic of the project at hand.
Right.
So you
Sorry
want
for the distraction.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. That was great questions and like great explanations. Like that was worth it. So let's. So we're looking to. We want to have an endpoint where you can have users provide information, and then we're going to make a controller so that you can retrieve it and see it on the screen. So, so here, I guess we should make a new controller for your publication submissions, or just maybe rename this.
Let's make a new one. This was fine. Man, I really wish Intellij had some keybinds.
It does have keybinds. You just have to
can,
set them.
You can. So you can actually, there's a setting to add Vim keybinds to Intellij.
Yeah, I do have Vim keybinds here on Intellij, but how do I use Vim keybind? Do I like just edit? I could have probably done that. Was it source? I don't have autocomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an LSP.
For the Vim.
Yeah, it's just straight Vim.
I wonder, do I have like keybinds? Oh, I do have that. Oh, I do. I could have done that. Wait. Can I do Control N here?
No.
No. Oh, it's Alt Insert. I don't have insert on this keyboard. Unfortunately, do I have Control K? No. Okay. Well, that was my foray into Intellij keybinds. Anyways, publications controller. So I need this to be a REST controller, right? I remember.
Yes, correct.
REST controller.
And we're going to need to provide a request mapping to this, so that people will, because for this one here, we're going to if the request mapping is on top underneath REST controller. You annotate the class with this one, and then in parentheses you provide the value that is the address. So in our case, this would be something like API / publications or whatever, or submissions or whatever you want to call it. Generally, that should be a little more like related to what it is. So I would do something like probably publications versus submit.
Right. So I want to elaborate too. This is the base path, right? We will have functions with their own path, and they will be resolved relative to the path in the request mapping.
You don't. Yeah, I was going to say you don't need to put that because because the annotations are going to be taking care of majority of this. So based on the type of, for example, get mapping, we don't need to specify that that's going to be getting publications because we know we're going to API/publications and making a get request. Same thing with put when we go to put a new entry in here, and same with delete when we go to delete one from here. Like we're just going to be taking in path variables, which are going to be IDs or variables, or even we're taking in a request body depending on how you want to go about this. So. How do you visualize people providing the data that they want to use? Do you picture them? Sorry, go ahead.
So far, I am open to all possibilities. Currently, my hacky plan was to just have this API somehow accept data and then figure out how to submit that data with an appropriate request later.
It should probably be in a form.
Well, what I was trying to get at is like how are you looking to submit this? Do you want people to just submit it to like sort of CLI based where you're doing this and you provide like question mark department and the following data? Do you want to do it through a DTO version where people go to a web page, enter in some data to a form and submit or post that back to here? Like how are you planning on having people input?
So maybe I should say, let's say, what can we manage in time on the stream? I'm okay with all the options.
Well, the easiest one and the shortest one would be just through like providing parameters. So somebody just like puts in localhost /API/publications question mark department equals yada yada and submission books equals this and what was the other one?
I don't think anybody's interacting it through get params. At least,
I think there's.
Well, I mean, this is why I was hoping we didn't get as sidetracked as we did, so we had more time for this. But
it's fine. But let me just mention, it is important to me that the data cannot be man in the middle. So
that is not something we're going to do tonight.
That's going to be that'll be a lot more complex than this. However, we can have you back for another episode where we take a step further with this.
No worries.
You can use SSL certs inside of Spring, or you could even do them through some sort of reverse proxy. Like if you use Nginx as your server, you can do it through Nginx as well. So you actually don't even need to configure it through Spring if you don't want to.
Oh, perfect! I do have Nginx running on the server. Excellent, wonderful,
yeah. So you can just install your SSL cert through Nginx.
Amazing. Okay, perfect. Well, then we don't have to deal with it. Then again, I guess we can just do it
So what is better for you? What is better for you? Do you want your people to go to a web page and then fill out information in a form, or do you want people to be able to just make a post request to send information to here?
Again, let's keep it simple for now to make sure we get done. So let's just make a post request.
Okay, so make a post mapping. So at post mapping, and then in here we're going to make a public. This is going to be a public. Controller. Yeah, this is going to be a response entity, and it's going to be of type string for now, I suppose. And this will just be something like. Yeah, import. And this can be just something like post. We call it like post new. We use camel case, not snake case in Java.
Oh.
There you go.
Sorry.
All right, so now
my bad.
That's fine.
It is hard coming from one language to another. I'm guilty of this too because when I'm programming in another language, I take my Java conventions and implement them in that language too. So it's so bad. I get it.
Yeah.
All right, so inside the parentheses, you're going to have some request variables here, or some request params. So we're going to have one request per. No, it needs to be an @request param. And this one is, and in brackets, this one is going to be department. Yeah, there we go. Lowercase for now, because, or I guess it doesn't really matter. And then you can provide that as department, or, yep. And then we're going to do another one. So I would do a line break, just to make it easier to read. And this one's going to be the same thing for books, and the next one for the other one. And I'll be back in just one quick second, guys. I do apologize.
Okay, no problem. Let me just see if I cannot. There we go. I want to see my submission.
It's open in your tab at the top. It's already there.
There we go.
So yeah, then you have articles as well.
Request param books. That's a string books, and oh my god, IntelliJ line breaks are a thing and a half.
No, they usually work fine. I don't know. It's doing something funky right now. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I think IntelliJ just hates me because I'm a Vim user.
Probably. It detects Vim is on your system.
It's like, get out of here, man, I'm saying.
Yeah. Articles will be an integer.
Oh, both of them will be an integer, sorry. There
Awesome.
you go.
Now,
what did they do?
Very sorry about that. All right. So yes, books and articles. Okay. All right. So now you could. Now I'm gonna just. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not for press. Okay. So. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now we're gonna be looking to.
Missing a bracket. Bracket.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm not returning anything.
Yeah,
he's
right,
not.
You're right.
Yeah, because this would be because so now we're gonna
just to get rid of that. Let's return response entity .ok.
Well, I mean,
and then pass in just nothing. That's fine. Okay. Now.
So yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna make a request off to our service to handle creating or updating this information into our database. So we're going to go to our service layer and we're going to create a new file in here for publication services.
Also, I would like to skip past any sort of object mapping, like any DTO mapping, and just let's just work just with the DTO.
Publication service.
Oh, publication service.
We're going to annotate this bad boy with @service.
Okay. I need to import it, right?
Yes. Always need to import.
Yeah, but the dependencies are feeling strong with this one, huh?
So this guy, we need to make a repository so that our service layer can work with it. So in there, we're going to make a new class. This one's going to be an interface. No, that's going to be it's going to be a type interface, and it's going to be publications repository. And now this one's going to extend JPA repository.
Oh, it's a lowercase.
Yep. And now the types are going to be the object itself. So this is going to be the publication submission. And then the value is going to be string because that's what the key is. All right. That's all. That's all we need to do in here.
Okay, so let me just make a note for myself. So the
sorry. This needs to be annotated as a repository.
Okay, no problem. But so the first arg is the DTO type. Am I understanding that correct?
Nope. This is that. No. It's the model type, not the DTO type.
Oh, model.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big difference between a model and a DTO. Big difference.
Okay. Then I'm gonna rename this into publication submission.
No.
As it is.
Keep it as it is. So that's why it's in the model package.
If you're being pedantic, the model and the DTO are the exact same thing. One just contains less sensitive information than the other. Other than that, they're the exact same thing, and we don't need to worry about it. For
Okay,
all intensive purposes, this is technically not a DTO, but you can think of it like a DTO.
Okay, so it's not a DTO. Even better, because I don't really have any intuitive feeling for what a DTO is, because again, I'm a C++ programmer. We don't do that there.
A DTO is a data transfer object. So it's a representation of what the model is, and it only provides non-sensitive information. So it doesn't provide anything like database identifying information. It doesn't provide anything like passwords or any sort of things like credit cards or any sort of sensitive information. It's basically a stripped down version of the model, and it's only supposed to represent what a model is. And we typically use it we use DTO objects to transfer information between the layers. So between the data layer, between the service layer, the transport, the presentation, that's what we use DTOs for.
Understood.
For now, can we just use just the model to pass information? Can we do that today, Mike? Just so we don't have to create a mapper or any confuse them with any of that DTO shit.
Yeah, we can keep it simple for now, I suppose.
Cool. Awesome.
Epic. I love minimalism.
So this is all you need for your data repository, because JPA repository is going to take care of all of the CRUD actions, and it's going to provide you with all of the out of the box information we need to do, like fetching all, saving, and whatever sort of logic like that. We may need to add something custom in here if we want to, say, search for a specific submission by a specific department, in which case we can get into that in a moment. once the
later
need arises. All right, so the publication service.
So back to the server.
This is going to take a private final as publication repository.
Publications repository. There we go.
And you could just call that repo. Yeah.
Okay.
And now we need.
Intellij, why are you not understanding that this is a?
So now that needs to be dependency injection. So because we have Lombok on hand underneath your @service, we can just wrap that bad boy with an @required args constructor, and that'll take care of generating the constructor that does the dependency injection. That's
What did they do wrong? Why is Intellij not highlighting stuff here?
So for
nothing's wrong.
Okay. For Lombok, I don't think you have annotation processors enabled, so we can go ahead and enable that.
Well, once he goes to run the project, it'll pick up on it and it'll prompt him to enable it.
Okay, then let's see if I can rerun it real quick.
Because it should pick up that it's still working. Hey, maybe you have your annotations turned on or enabled already somehow.
Let me just see. Oh, now it works.
Okay, awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Intellij will just slow it. What is this?
All right. I have no idea what the hell that is. I think that comes from your Vim. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because
I think because I attempted to rename it.
It's because you tried to rename that. All right, so.
Anyway, go back to this. Sorry for the distraction once again. I get very easily distracted, like most of Gen Z.
All right, so make a new line. Make a new line beneath that, and we're going to do some CRUD information here. So we're going to make a public. For now, we're just going to call it a void, I suppose. Create publication, and this is just going to take in 3 strings: the department, the book, and the articles.
You mean on the integers?
Yeah, sorry, the three variables. My bad. All right, and now we're gonna inside of here we're gonna create the object. So we're gonna say var publication equals new. Yeah, that works.
Oh, oops.
Yep.
Submission equals new. There we go. And now, nope, you don't need to provide that in. I guess you can. Do we have an all args constructor? I didn't think we did. No, we don't. Okay, so just clear that out, or add an all args constructor that No, you can't add an all args constructor in there because it'll screw with the thing. Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Right.
Okay.
So
sorry.
No. Put that back. Now just get rid of those 3 variables. And just empty that. Now new line, submission dot set department. Oh wait, we didn't do set. Okay, go back into your thing. We gotta throw two annotations on top of there. At getter and at setter. There we go. Now you can go back.
I've never used Lombok before. It's an annotation processor, so this is actually doing something different. So the other annotations, entity and table, they are just marking the class as doing something, whereas getter and setter, they are actually generating Java code under the hood. So Lombok is an annotation processor. So what it does is it will scan the class path for these annotations. If it sees the annotation, at compile time, it will actually inject code. So when you add at getter and at setter, Lombok will go ahead and generate bytecode that will create all of the getters and setters for all of the fields in your class. So you'll actually see that in a second.
That's amazing.
It's also not. It's also magical. It's people. There's lots of people that hate Lombok, and rightfully so. I'm a big proponent of Lombok. I love Lombok. However, I do understand their point. It can be very dangerous to use because it does break between JDK versions.
Oh, however, no!
That's a whole other topic.
It sounds like another topic we're reserving for the rant session at the end of the stream.
We'll rant at the end of the stream about this. But
exactly. So
anyways,
for now,
it's going to generate all the getters and setters. So you can go back to the other class, and now you can do submission.set, and you can see that you have setters for all of your fields.
Yeah. No, you can't continue. You can't chain them. You can't chain them. You can't chain them.
Actually, you know what? We can chain them. So
not
if you go back to.
Not for right now.
Yes, we can.
Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. But I'm trying.
I can my way out of this.
I'm trying to not make this one into another 3-hour podcast, guys.
Right. Okay, I agree.
So let's try to keep
out of this. Don't worry. Department. There we go. Books. There you go. All programming problems can be solved by proper usage.
So now at new line on 18, and we're going to do repo.save submission. And now
that's insane that's already available.
That's literally all it is.
This save function does return an actual value. So this returns whatever it is that we saved. So if you were to put that as whatever, and then now at the bottom, so you can just change that to var if you wanted to. But anyway, what I would do here is I would instead make this here a Boolean. So public Boolean create publication so that we can return. This way we can return whether or not that saved object is
Boolean in Java.
Not bool, Boolean. There you go. So now, no, we're not gonna return true. We're gonna return whether or not saved is null. Because if it happens to be null, then there is some sort of problem.
Oh, I see.
So we want to make sure that saved is not null, so that it returns true. Sorry, so saved does not equal null.
You simplify to without the parentheses.
Yeah, you don't need the parenthesis.
But it's complaining to me that saved not equal null is true in all cases.
Yeah, that's because technically it's a non-null return thing, but it's kind of like one of those better practices anyway, you don't necessarily need to. It's just something that I usually do myself so I can tell whether or not the object was properly created.
So let me just ask you a question. So how do we detect whether save has failed or not?
That's what we're doing.
But they said that it returns non-null in all cases.
I see.
Well, in that case, we don't.
Save, do they override save? Are there any other method overloads?
Well, I mean, the other thing that we can do here. Well, the other thing that we can. The other thing that we can do here is just.
No, what are they doing? Get out of here. Sorry.
The other thing we can do here is just return the value that's returned, like the public submission. So like instead of returning Boolean, return. That will always be non-null as well because we create it here.
Yes, but that's kind of what we're getting at now. So get rid of save. Yeah, so that just hit return in that line. So return that. There we go. So now that will always return the value that we've created and saved to the database. So now if we make another one, we're going to go to the next CRUD action here, and we're going to make a get.
Let's test case this. I say we test case this.
I say we test case this too.
So
I mean,
you can't run it yet. You need to call this function inside of your controller, or you need to. So you need to go back to your controller.
I see.
Now
so
here, at the very top.
I was going to create all the CRUD actions first, and then we were going to test the CRUD actions. But I guess we'll go through it one by one. Yeah, let's make it longer.
Yeah,
why not?
Above post mapping, do private publication service.
Service. Publication service.
And just call it service. Yep.
And make it final.
You don't need to initialize it.
Make it final. Spring's not going to pick it up right now. You got to make it final first. Private final, and then we need now go back up to the top and add the required args constructor as a thing, so that we don't have to make a bloated ass constructor.
Now, in handle submission, we can call service dot whatever you named it, the function, create publication, and pass it in all those parameters.
Was that the same order? Yeah, it was the order. Okay. And now that's going to return. That's going to return. That's going to return the object. So. Yep. And now we want to return. Now we want to return like successful. So we're not going to return OK in this point. We're actually going to return created. So you're going to return. Nope. Oh, okay, cool. That actually has the thing. Wait, nope, because that requires a URL. And we're not giving it a URL, so it's just going to be return. Nope. Back up again. Nope. Get rid of the dot. You're going to need to put a key value or a value in here. So angle bracket. String. In our case, string. And then this needs to be new at the first of there. Sorry, new keyword. My bad. And then curly. Yep, there we go. Now. This is the status code, so HTTP status code of created. Is there not a created?
They did not import it. Sorry.
Is it just HTTP status, or what is it?
Just HTTP status.
Yeah, and then created. There we go. And no, you don't need to provide anything else. You're good. There you go.
Awesome.
And you technically don't need to. You technically don't need to save that thing in a variable, like the saved, unless the only reason that you could. You could if you wanted to save it into a variable, but you don't necessarily have to. The only reason I would save it to a variable is so that I could maybe log it to the console so I can see what was saved. But
okay,
you want to do
that later. Maybe
I was going to say it's dead ass easy.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Okay.
All right. So at the top of your controllers, you're going to annotate. No. We're going to do this. We're going to do this through a logging thing. So at the top of your thing, we're going to add SLF for J.
He would need. I don't know if that's.
No, he's got it. It's through Lombok. He's good. So now beneath.
I know it has an interface for SLF4J, but I don't think it actually resolves the SLF4J dependencies. I think you need to add that to your Gradle.
Pretty positive. Go down underneath save and put in log.info. Lowercase log. Info, and then created. Provide the curly brackets. Nope. Back up. Curly brackets inside of there. Now on the other side, put a comma and then saved.
Oh, it's gonna do it automatically?
Yeah.
There you go.
And now in publication submission, we should add a dot. You can override, or you can add another annotation of @toString.
He doesn't need to because it'll automatically wrap it. Oh, you mean in here? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever use that.
Rerun your application.
Okay.
I don't think
unbelievable to me.
I don't think I ever
looking at
used
this
that
Java.
because when you use the log.info, it uses a wrapper to. That's interesting. I've never used that. Cool. I don't
But
use
how
those
do
two strings.
I,
So now go once you no right.
curl?
You need to. No,
You can
no, no,
absolutely
no.
use curl. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
yes.
Nope. Yep.
No,
you
no,
keep doing
no.
what you're doing, man.
No, he can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Dude, your shit's not running. No, you can't.
Oh, I see.
Oops.
What I'm trying to get at, you didn't. All you reran was download sources.
I
You
see.
need to rerun the program so that we can actually do this.
Oh, I'm a clown. Sorry.
That's what I'm
Sorry,
getting
chat.
at. That's what I'm getting at.
I
then
clicked
you can see URL.
Okay, continue doing what you're doing.
Now
Yeah,
you
I
can go
forgot the
curl.
post.
And honestly, if you have the paid version of IntelliJ, you can actually do that right from IntelliJ without using any other third-party things.
Yeah, they have their own implementation of Postman inside of the IDE.
Insane. Let me just see. For like
So make a
funny,
post. Make a post to localhost. Oh yeah, data. That's right. No, you're not posting any. Oh yeah, I guess you. Do you need the empty data bracket in there? Because you're technically just because you're
That's going to be the data that he's passing.
No, because he's doing it.
Isn't
he he's doing it through path variables, so it's going to be a question mark followed by department equals.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Do you need that?
Sorry.
No.
Oh right.
Question mark department.
No, it's not a get request. It's not a get request.
It's a post request. He's doing it right.
No, this is a get request though.
No, it's
idiot?
Not. Is it not?
It's a post. It's a post request.
No. I understand. I'm saying inside of curl. I know in our we've implemented.
In curl it's a post. No, it's a post request on both spots. It's post request.
Oh, I didn't see post. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
You're blind. You're blind.
How do I do more than one?
Symbol.
Argument
with
the and symbol. So no, the and symbol. And then your next param. And then you provide the parameter name books equal whatever, and thingy equals thingy.
Oh, so I forgot.
So and articles equals 42. Here we go.
There
now you don't know. No, I don't.
Do
you need to?
Yeah, I do.
PowerShell. Oh, okay.
It's PowerShell. Sorry.
All right. So now let's look at your look at your console and see what got printed out. So scroll to the bottom, see where it says publication submission, and no, scroll down. It's right at the very bottom. Very bottom. Created publication submission.
Your department.
So you see that? Now the other way you can view that is go back into your database view.
You might have to stop the application first.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. Yes. So stop the application. Now double click on database and refresh it. So click up at the top, there's the refresh button.
Oh, sorry. Missed it.
Okay, now open it up, now double click on publication submissions, and
let's go.
Now you have the information inside there. Control Shift plus, because that is small as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, we're good. But there you go. Now you can see that it looks
partially good, I guess.
Yep.
Yes,
so
best department ever.
So there you go. Next thing we need to do is make a way that you can now get that information back. So if we disconnect from the database so that we know that we're good, and just minimize that tab. Let's go back into your... So now we have the post mapping. So next let's go down and make a whole new one, and we're going to, and this one's going to be a get mapping.
Hey, can I ask you for a thing? So it's important to me that a department should not be allowed to submit twice. Can we implement this to make it error out if the department had already submitted something?
So if you go into create publicate, well, technically we'll hold off on that create publication, and we should add another one in the service. So go back into your publication service, and we're going to make a we're going to make a method in here which is going to be, well, okay, we can do this one of two ways. We can either make the next step in the CRUD action and make a read variable so we can read by department, and technically we can then check to see, or we can follow suit with the existing.
Sure, let's read by department.
So this would be a publication submission. And now we want to provide the department as the string. Yep. And then we're going to do down here repo dot. Nope. In here we're going to be doing repo dot find by. Now this one's going to be department. So start type. Nope. Like start typing the word.
Don't have that function inside of our
repo doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter right now because IntelliJ's smart. No. Stop doing what you're doing. Back up. IntelliJ is smart. IntelliJ is smart enough to then notice that it doesn't exist and create it. So, well, create method from usage. Go ahead, make that easier. Department. Ignore case. Ooh. Okay, whatever. Oh. So make this, that's fine, we'll just do it here. So instead of void, that's going to be an optional.
Oh, monads, let's go.
So optional of type publication submission, because that's what we want to get back. Okay, and now find all by department, and then you're going to want to, at the end of department, no, this is going to be an empty, get rid of the, yep, get rid of those, put a, yep, there we go. So after department, you want to add in ignore case.
Ignore case?
So after the word department, yeah, you're going to want to ignore case and then provide the string as the department, as the parameter. And Spring will magically take care of that. The other way you can do that, so I'm going to show you another way. I'm going to show you another fancy way to do that. Actually, I don't think you have the JPA plugin. Never mind.
Yeah, it will automatically generate the SQL for you. You do not need to write any SQL.
Mm-hmm.
I just got my mind blown, ladies and gentlemen.
So go back to your service, back into your service class, publication service. Publication service.
Get method?
No, dude. You go back into your.
Sorry.
You're in the wrong file, man. All right, we need to rename that to. We need to ignore case. There we go, and then provide the department name.
And we also need to return.
So now this is going to be an optional type. So we're just going to call this optional department, just for a variable name, just so that it's easy. So this will be, or just result. There we go. And now let's repo. Repo. There we go. So now on the next line down, we want to see if result is present. And that needs to be surrounded. Yeah.
Oh. I have surround. Yes, I have surround. Nice.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so now in here we're going to say, usually I would say result in here, because that's up there is more of an optional result.
Sorry. Sorry, I should have renamed.
I would have just called it optional result, like OPT result or something like that, whatever that works.
That's redundant because you already have it in the type.
Yeah, I know, but now
it's fine.
The idea behind it is now we're going to come down here and do like var result equals result optional result dot get. So we have it.
In my opinion, this whole function should just return the optional as it is.
But then you're
good opinion.
No, because then you're going to rely on the controller to do some business logic, which you don't want to do. This here, you want to return just the exact object to the controller, and then let the controller return that.
If not, then then it'll throw, or you return null, and then you have to check for nullability inside of the controller anyways, which is why I would just return an optional.
So under here, now that you have the result, you're just going to essentially return that result. Otherwise, yeah, you can just return optional.get. Or, yeah. Else, we're going to throw an error here that it doesn't exist.
Do I need an exception class?
Is there by default, is there a not found? Is there not?
We could use a runtime. There is like resource not found.
That's what I'm looking for. Is there a resource not found exception, or?
You have to use the new keyword, throw new resource not found.
No, that's a config thing. There is no resource not found.
There's resource something. Or we could just do...
resource found.
What's that? Hold up.
There you go.
Hold up. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then just provide in there, could not find resource for department, and then provide the department name.
Now, I would actually say
this again with curly braces?
I don't think so.
No, because you cannot, no.
So you have to just use plus.
You're not doing it through the logger. Yeah.
You just use a plus.
So now, this is just being pedantic, but I probably wouldn't use the no resource found exception because I think it's pertaining to actual resources that are being fetched, not at the database layer, but on the file system. So what I would do is if there's any sort of like database exception, I would throw that instead. Or yeah, you could.
The cleanness to make a custom exception type.
You absolutely can.
Yeah, you could easily make a custom exception.
Let me just make a new folder for exceptions.
Sure, if you want to.
New package.
Package errors. And new class.
It's going to be a type exception. It's going to be a type exception at the bottom there.
Exception. There you go.
That's it.
There you go. That's all you need to do.
Exception.
It takes care of everything for you. You're good. Just go back into your service, your publication service.
Maybe I could.
No,
be like
just
trust.
No. Just trust us.
Okay, sorry.
Just go back into go back into publication service, and now you're going to throw that error.
Yeah.
So throw new department not found. Yep, and then provide the department name or the string like. Yep, you're going to want to provide like department not found and give us the department name, just so we know what's going on.
And plus, sorry.
There you go.
My viewing is not on point today, boys.
I don't think you need that period at the end. I think that's just overkill. But
all right.
At this point, you're being grammatically correct to yourself at this point.
Sure. I was gonna do this in the constructor of the exception, though.
That's again a little bit of overkill. This is all you need for now.
Right. Okay. So this is not gonna crash my program, right? Spring is gonna deal with the exception,
so
right?
if this is a runtime exception, they are not checked exceptions. So all it will do is it will cease to execute the rest of the code that is like, or from that call stack. So it will not crash. It will just not execute the code, or it will not execute a chunk of code. I don't. How do I articulate this? It will not continue to execute anything inside of that code block. So the code will still run, and it will run intentionally. It just won't run anything else where it could possibly throw even more errors.
Okay, I see.
Oh, the result doesn't exist.
Continuable to function as always.
So back into your controller, I guess, or
let's go there. You right?
So now,
so we need a get mapping.
Well, technically speaking, you wanted to not duplicate it. So like, technically up here on line 21, you can make a call to 21. Right there.
Okay, I guess I should try it then.
No.
So you only need try catch for checked exceptions, runtime exceptions, or unchecked exceptions.
So here
just do about that later.
Here just do service dot. No, what do we call it?
Repo.
Yeah, read by department, and then pass in the department name. That's a really poor name, by the way. Now, this is going to be a type, so if this returns anything, so we want to return, like, I would just do var model or value or whatever you want to call it. So now, if the value exists or if the value is not null, that's when we want to return that this was a bad handle. Like it already exists. So
Wait, so just
So-
hang on for a second. I'm a little bit confused. I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions, but if this is not found, we throw the exception. That's why I wanted to try catch, because in the situation where this fails, we actually wanna
Right.
But
add
you're-
it.
This is why I would have liked to have it just return an optional.
well, I mean, you could
but
just return optional of nothing, like optional of empty, but like again, here you can now inside that catch block, you can now return. Whoa! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, if it's not found, I want to create it. No.
Well, I mean, if it's not found, you want to return that doesn't exist because you're okay. We're trying to see. You asked me how can we do this so that you don't duplicate departments. So what I'm trying to walk you through is how you can check if this right now, if you can read, because this is a poorly named method, read by department. So if that value exists, like if that is not null, then you know the department exists and you do not want to go any further. You want to then return that this resource already exists. So this is going to be returning a new response entity of type string, and maybe you can just you can provide a string at the first and maybe say that already exists. What is the one for forbidden game? I know there's one for something that is already exists. Method no content, not applicable, not found.
Is it found?
Too early. No, it might be the top one that had go back up. It might be the one that just also says
Actually, bad request.
I guess bad request is a good one, and then we'll provide a string that just says no, the string comes first.
Oh, string comes first, sorry.
Yep. And we'll just provide in here that the department already exists.
Already submitted their publication.
What are you?
And then I'll just being fancy.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you were trying to do there. Okay, that works. So now.
And if it doesn't exist, I want to save it and return the thing created.
Well, I mean, you could have left that outside of the catch, because I mean,
we no longer need the try catch.
Yeah, like you never needed the try catch to begin with. Like the try catch was kind of redundant.
Now, hey, I think it's Control Alt L or Control Shift L or Alt Shift L to reformat your code.
Right, I think so.
Control Alt L. Control Alt L. Don't highlight anything. Just press Control Alt L.
That's not doing anything.
Is it because you have Vim?
Oh, he has
Control Alt Shift L.
Okay, there you go. There we go. So this should take care of.
But didn't we implement this to throw if the optional is empty?
Right.
Okay.
I
Okay. So. All right, get rid of the whole throw new department and just return optional of empty, and then we'll go back into the controller and we'll handle that differently another way. Like I wanted to.
Actually.
Optional of empty. Optional of empty. Optional of empty.
No.
Optional of empty.
Actually, can we delete those last 3 lines? There's a better way of doing it. Okay. You can do return.
Return this.
Yep. Yeah. So create a new line. No. Store that in a variable. And then do return optional with a capital O dot of, and then there, and then you can pass in repo.findDepartment ID. Or actually, no, wait, sorry, that already is an optional. My bad. You can just you can just return optional dot repo.findByDepartment. Ignore case. Yeah. There you go.
And I need to make this an optional.
Yes.
Submission. Submission. There you go.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, and then here we can say, let me just.
If optional
actually,
is. You could have left that as you could have left that as variable. and val, because you want to, at this point, you want to check if val is empty.
Right, then we just rename it to be optional val to make Glabai happy. Is empty. There we go. Return.
Well, now you want to
so
make.
it's not empty.
There you go. There you go. You could have. You could. No, you could go is present. Is present check.
Is present. Oh, sorry.
And then get rid of that. Get rid of that exclamation check at the other side. Get rid of the exclamation.
You also don't. You want to remove the else statement.
Yeah, you don't need the else.
Early.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So I can then format this. No, what the hell?
Control Shift L.
Control Shift L. There we go. No. Nice. I have an extra curly brace. That's a mistake.
There you go.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's epic.
Okay, so now.
Oh my god, we even used the monad. I'm so hyped.
Okay, so now you need to make a way to get this now. So
get mapping.
So now we're doing a get mapping, and this one's going to be simpler because we already have the method existing. So this one's going to be another return, or another response entity.
And that should have a publication submission in it?
Correct. And this will just be get publication submission or get submission, whatever you feel like typing out.
Get publication. And then we need a request param.
Well, this is where we're coming in here. Do you want people to be able to get all of them? Do you want... What are you... I guess at this...
Let's say by department first.
Okay, so request param and put in brackets for department, and then string department.
The string depart.
Now you can actually... You can exclude the name of the request param, and it will use the name of the variable by default.
So long as it's the same. So long as it's the same. We do that just to provide redundant sort of security, the code security, if you will, so that we make sure that it's going to be the same thing. Because like somebody can name the variable something different by default.
It's yes, and then it ensures consistency.
So here we want to basically, if it's present, we want to return it, or else,
Let me just, I like my types to be explicit. If it's present, return.
I don't blame you. I like explicit types as well.
So
I don't know.
I think Java is gonna be angry. Oh, I need new. I forgot that this is Java for a second. If you remember
this would be
last week in C++, we don't use new.
Yeah, you don't use new in Kotlin either. So this one here is going to be the department. You want to do founddepartment.get, and then you want to return OK. No, other way around. Other way around.
Other way around. I forgot.
Yes.
Sorry.
The status comes last.
Get HTTP status. Okay. No.
There you go.
And in the other case,
you don't need the else. You don't need the else. If you're returning any kind of value, you don't need the else because it's going to break free there.
Right.
Otherwise, we're going to say bad request.
Return new.
Nope, this one can just be response type of bad request, I believe. It can just be response entity dot. Okay, we'll do it this way.
It's response entity dot bad.
Bad request.
There's a.
Yeah. Some of the
remove the new keyword.
Some of the generics. Some of the generic ones actually have.
You might know. You don't need to do that.
No, you don't.
Supply a message.
No,
you need to supply a message or something.
No.
What is that?
Return bad request. Oh, it's a builder. No, it's not. Yeah, it's builder. So return this dot build. I think bad request dot build.
Build.
There you go. Now what? There you go. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it's a builder.
And now
pattern.
and now it can be simplified even more technically. So if you hover over the top part that's yellow on line 39, it can be simplified.
So what does it say?
Replace it with a
functional.
There you go. So now it's going to.
Oh my god! What was that?
So
wait,
now
I need to take.
So now it's going to hold on. So now it's going to take the found department. It's going to map it to the applicable response type. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, it's going to return a bad request.
Whoa! Holy shit! I need to drop the S-bomb here because my mind is low-key blown. This is awesome.
Yeah, Spring Boot does a lot of magic, and like Java simplifies shit with their collections and their stream APIs now.
But this is really cool. Like from back in the day when I did Java 8, this is a massive breath of fresh air.
So you could actually also do this in Java 8. So this is with
Oh no.
the lambdas. Lambdas and optionals were added in JDK 7 or 8, I believe.
I think so.
Damn.
They were always present. You just probably weren't taught them.
Yeah, I guess I had a humongous skill issue.
It was definitely just a skill issue. There's a lot
Alright.
of other really cool Java syntactical sugar that you'd really
So now-
appreciate, I think.
So now, if you want to test this out, you can rerun rerun the project. So up in the very top, you can hit that play button again,
Right.
and then you can go back into your command line and go into curl and make a get request for the specific data for the specific department.
Alright, so by the way, I gotta flex a little bit of PowerShell magic to you. So to the people who don't understand why I use PowerShell on Linux, look at how I can put this into Vim, type it here in Vim, localhost colon 8080. Oh, by the way, did we even say where the get mapping is?
Yeah, it's the same local map slash the same. It's literally the same URL you just did, except it's a get request.
So it's /API/publications
Publications
question mark
department.
Department. My basement.
My basement, and now hit enter.
Right, and then I can hit enter, and oh my god, I got this JSON.
Yeah, exactly.
It is returning in a JSON.
It is indeed routine in the JSON.
That's awesome.
Right?
Well, that is actually, that's amazing. But that's actually 99% of what I wanted it to do. Like now I can write a front end in whatever I want, but
which coming to that point, my coffee is starting to run out. So I will take this opportunity to wrap things up here, and maybe next week, if you're available, Prof, we can address getting you back, and we can finish expanding on this, and we can show you how we can use time leaps so that we can make a front end GUI so that we can visually see this in the browser versus just going through the CLI. So, if any of our viewers happen to have any questions, we're going to open this up to a roundtable question sort of thing. So feel free to post your questions in the chat as they come in. I will read them off, and we'll give you some feedback. In the meantime, I believe these guys had a couple of rants they want to go on. So while we wait for some questions,
oh hell yeah! Wait, can I go grab a beer? Can I grab a beer so I can rant?
All right, this is after hours, guys.
This is after hours. Yeah, I'll be back in 1 minute.
So if anybody has a moment, Hayden's gonna grab himself a drink, and we will.
Yeah, I'll actually.
You know what?
Kickstart rant here while I have an eye on the chat myself too.
I'm gonna take an opportunity to grab a drink to cheers to this as well. So just give me 1 second. I'll be back as well.
All right, no problem. So I see. But we Kant again is we are not giving away jobs. We're just demonstrating like a little bit of code and trying to get people interested into this and just like enjoying actually learning programming. So that was like the point of the stream. We don't have jobs here. None of us are being paid yet. Asterisk. But yeah. If there are any other questions, let me know. I'll see how much I can answer. But yes, I'm rather surprised. The last time I did Java in all those years ago, I was A, forced to do it, so I didn't do it voluntarily, and B, it was a very different language. Currently, it feels to me a lot...
So, okay, so I want to say 2 things. So first of all...
let me just say, Glavai is getting a drink himself too.
Oh, okay. So... all of these annotations are very special to the Spring framework. You do not code in Java like this. In fact, if
Uh-huh.
you had something that did something similar outside of the Spring framework, you would get absolutely ridiculed. Like, this is considered bad practice, right?
Damn.
That's why people don't like Spring, is because it abstracts a lot of the things of the Java language. It does
Yeah.
these magical things that you do not have control over, or you have very limited control over.
I feel like it's also very opinionated as to what's the proper thing to do at what point in time.
Well, no, yes and no. So, I mean, it's not really a matter of opinion. I think it's more objective, because like this only works because it's so heavily maintained. Whereas like in future releases, all this shit could break. Like it's hanging on by a thread. It's
Yeah.
really and it does a lot of magical things that it should not be doing, and nor should any other application be doing, and that's why people don't like it. Is you should never, like, your code should read exactly what it does. Like, if you look at C++ and you look at any given line of code, you know exactly what it's doing line by line, right?
Yes, we are gonna mod out operator overloading, where the comma may be
Okay, yeah,
allocating memory on the heap, but
Oh my
Okay, other
god.
than that, like, I would say 99% of the time, you would be able to associate certain instructions with any given line of code. Like, you know
Yeah.
pretty much what it's doing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Whereas in Spring, it's super magical. Like, it's just like, hey, you're asking for this, here you go.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro.
No, but this is like, it's an even worse trust me, bro. Because let's say with the DI, right? You request some sort of implementation of an interface. You don't really have control over which one it's serving you. You just say, "Hey, serve me one," and then it serves you one which is the correct one, but it is not guaranteed to be the correct one. Which is
Trust me, bro. It's kind of like the C++ trust me, bro, where you're like, hey, please call this function, and I'm trusting you that nobody swapped it out, and nobody linking
Yes,
against the wrong
yes,
library,
but
and nobody is doing what I don't think they're doing.
but now we're inherently trusting Spring. Like, there's no trust in the
Right.
developer. We are just trusting Spring.
Must be Spring.
Yeah. Trust me, Spring.
No. We're saying we need to trust Spring. Like, we're saying, hey, Spring, are you trustworthy?
I'm gonna trust the leaf.
Feels very prone to all the Node.js exploits which happened.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. I mean, the comparison I was gonna make in the rant is to Rust code. So let me bring up a GitHub of a Rust project real quick.
I haven't written any Rust.
Yeah, one of my friends is convincing me to write Rust. So if you take a look at where is it? Bootstrap. If you take a look at any Rust code, and here I'm just going to use the Rust compiler itself. This is the source code of the Rust compiler. You find annotations all over the place again. Like, okay, so maybe here there are less of them, but in any dependency-heavy Rust code, you find like 20 annotations.
The annotations in Rust, are they used just for like metadata, or do they functionally do something?
They generate code. And
Okay.
you may know that Rust historically has slow compile times. The main issue is it takes a long time for Rust to unwrap all of those
Right.
annotations into code, and it does it all at compile times. So it takes a really long time to compile anything. Also prone to running out of system memory during compilation. That's other tangent.
So Java does the exact same thing. The only difference, I think, is that we can build things incrementally. So like, we can cache we can cache everything we didn't change and only recompile just the changes and then package it and run it. So it's very fast. But we are essentially doing the same thing, like with some of these annotations, especially with Project Lombok, where we're generating code. The annotation processor is unwrapping all of that code and injecting it in compile time. The only difference is we don't have to compile every single class every time we run the project.
And maybe this is a question I did have for the two of you. So since I haven't been writing Java myself, what's the quote unquote meta like? Does does the average Java project have a lot, very few? How many dependencies? And what are the like dependency resolution let's say mainstream tools
Okay,
out
so
there?
the mainstream tool for dependency resolution is one that you were already using in this project. It's called Gradle. There's two
Mhm.
main ones. There's Gradle and there's Maven.
Mhm.
They're what in the Java ecosystem we call build tools. I think you call them also build tools in other
Right.
languages. Um, Maven more so just fetches dependencies and then builds the project. Gradle is a little bit more than that, where it resolves the dependencies, it builds the project, but then it's also scriptable. So you can say like you can kind of just do whatever you want at any given step in the
Oh.
process.
Yeah, in order to
Which
get
is
that
why
sort
I like
of,
Gradle.
in order to get that functionality with Maven, you have to do a bunch of configurations for plugins. You have to create
Right.
your own plugin, and that's essentially like quote a Gradle script is what Maven calls plugins. And you would configure your own plugin, you would give it all sorts of things, and then that way you can run MVN space whatever your plugin name is.
Mhm.
That's how
Now
you can do things
Gradle
like it.
also has plugins.
Yes, but the
Gradle also has plugins, but you're
plugins
not
for great
required to use them. You can.
plugins for Gradle are different than what quote a plugin is for Maven. Like I don't know why
I
I
think
don't
they're
I
the
don't know.
exact same. They're the exact same thing.
But okay, so this is the mainstream Java dependency resolution. And do people in their hobby projects like does the average project have a large or a small amount of dependencies? What's it like?
It really depends on the project. I mean, um, so I have a couple answers,
Mhm.
and this is really cool. So you can add as many dependencies as is required.
Mhm.
Now with Java, when you're actually building the jar, you can
Mhm.
tell the build, like either Gradle or Maven, to say only build with the classes from these dependencies that we need. So we do not need
Mhm.
to include the entire dependency.
Mhm.
It'll
Oh, so
just
it's like
it'll
trimming.
cherry pick exactly what it needs from each
Mhm.
class, and well, sorry, each module or package or class or whatever, and it will just add that to the compilation.
That's really
So it,
cool.
it, it is very minimal.
And I believe
That's
you do that
awesome.
through the exclude. Correct me if I'm wrong. The exclude
Yes, yeah,
keyword.
you can exclude certain
Mhm.
packages if you want, if you don't need them. Or you could also
I see.
have JLink if you're trying to create a native executable from Java. You can have JLink minimize
Mhm.
the classes for you. Or there's also other libraries like JShrink, which do the same thing.
Hmm.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Very descriptive.
I also think I need to shrink my Java, but the sort of shrinking I'm thinking of is not the same.
Mhm.
It's just removing any unreached bytecode that does not need to be present in order to run the application at any given time.
Yeah, makes
So,
sense.
like, even if we have a class, like, let's say our code depends on a class from the library, right?
Hmm.
We could include that class and then we could delete all the methods that we do not need.
Right.
It doesn't do that by
Maybe,
default.
right.
It
That
doesn't do
makes
that
sense.
by default. So Gradle or Maven will include the entire class, but then you could use a
Mm.
tool like JShrink to even modify
Mhm.
the classes at the class level and remove everything that is unused.
Right, makes sense. I guess in one of our future streams, one thing which I did kind of want to learn in Java, and maybe something we can do at some point in life, is look at the Java bytecode, like look at the low levels of Java, because
I would
what we
I
wrote
can
today is very high level, which is again also really amazing. For me, I've been doing a low level C++ for the majority of the time, and like seeing all of these high level features are really blown my mind in multiple moments. But also seeing the internals of the JVM, seeing the internals of the bytecode would be really cool. Maybe we can do that in the
I could
future.
absolutely do that. I will tell you, I know very little about Java bytecode.
Mhm.
It's
Did you
not one of my levels of expertise,
did you know
but
that the
I
Java compiler is always recompiling your code,
with the JIT
even
compiler, yeah.
even with the live programs, your code is always being manipulated so that it gets optimized for speed. over
Not your
time.
Java
Right.
code. It's a JIT compiler. It's compiling it to C native.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Right. But yeah, I guess what was my rant? I mean, I had a few concerns here, but like as a C++ developer, but now I realize they're in an afterthought in Java. So for a C++ developer, like all these calls to new look like allocations. So part of me worries like if a lot of like requests come in, am I gonna exhaust the heap? And then I realize, well, I'm almost certainly first gonna exhaust the database space before exhausting the heap, so I don't have a problem.
You will not exhaust the heap. It's going
Java's-
to be impossible.
That's another topic that we can jump into that you might find interesting too, is the Java garbage collector. And how
I hear that Java has multiple garbage collectors.
That is true.
Depending on which flavor of the JDK you download.
Oh, hell yeah.
And with the latest one, you can enable the latest G3, I think it is. And it's got
They all do different things. They all do different things. You might want a different garbage collector for a different reason.
Right.
Yeah, the garbage collection has evolved quite a bit over the last decade.
Well, yeah, maybe another topic for future streams. I think this is a good place to wrap it up. So tell the people to subscribe for some epic upcoming content and call it a day. What do you all think?
You heard it there, guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and it appears as if the coffee's gone. So, on that note, we will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you very much, Prof, for coming out and chatting with us again.
Pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you back. Look forward to having you again in the future. And again, as always, guys, keep your curiosity open, your skills sharp, and that coffee cup full. And we'll catch you in the next one.